Yeah.
What influence have you seen Tyreek Smith have on this defense overall these last 2 weeks?
He's super explosive. He probably has the best get off on our D line, and if he's able to come in the backfield and make a sack fumble, it's super energizing for our whole defense. It's really great to see him like these past 2 weeks come so far. Yeah.
I mean, you guys were already making progress as a defense over the course of the season, as we've talked about many times, but to sort of drop him on top of that at the level he's playing, what sort of has that meant just in terms of confidence of the rest of you?
You know, having great pass rush is a luxury in football, and us having him there just makes it better. And so our defense is improving every day. We try to come out here and do our best, and having him there just makes it even better.
How are you feeling physically, Cody? I know you were banged up. Are you feeling better now, even though you're getting late in the season, which is a weird thing to ask a football player? Or are you more banged up? How are you feeling physically?
You know, the course of the season is all about recovery and how well you can recover for the next game and get back to 100% or whatever percent you play at. Right now, I feel good. My every day is meant to recover and get treatment and do everything I can to be ready to play the game, and that's the goal every week, just to be ready.
How do you feel about your role? You're playing a lot. Is this kind of what you expected coming into the year? You're basically a starter. I mean, you've started a lot of games this year. It's kind of what you expected, and just kind of describe your role for the team.
You know, I just try to do what I can to make the team play the best we can, and I trust everything Coach Wash put everywhere he puts me, and my job is to lead the defense as much as I can, and I'm going to do that to the best of my ability. And I just trust whatever Coach Wash is going to put us into and do that role, play it.
Cody, teams are going to throw the ball, and they're going to complete passes. That's the way it is. How have you all gone about trying to manage mid-range passing game for your opponents? They've been able to have some success in the course, basically between the scenes. How have you gone about trying to evaluate that, improve that area?
You know, I think it's all about changing up the looks and making it tough for the quarterbacks and the defense and the offense to know what we're in, and you know, that's football. That's issues you get into when you're playing, and I think for us it's just to focus on their tendencies and make our plays and play off of them and see what we can do. And you know, it's a game by game situation, and you know, our linebackers and DBs at the back end, we try to do our best to take away those passes.
When you're playing against a team, there is more to Purdue than David Bell at receiver. Understand that, but
yeah.
When you have an elite player on the opposing side, can you walk us through defensively, trying to create a scheme where you want to eliminate him as much as possible, but understanding that the other guys are still a problem?
You know, they're definitely a great team, and for me, it's all about team defense and the back end working with the front end to create pressure and create different looks for the offense. And you know, for us, it's always about working together. And so if we get sacks, it's not just the D-line, it's the back end making coverage adjustments. And if we get interceptions, it's not just the back end, it's the D-line rushing the quarterback and making them uncomfortable. So I think if we play team defense, we can work together and eliminate other players as well as Bell.
Steele, I assume you played both ways.
Cody.
I'm going to ask you about Steele, that's why. Cody, you play both ways in football, right?
A little bit, not really,
Okay.
not as much.
Well, Steele obviously came here as a running back.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I didn't know your phone.
Sorry.
What would you want to say about him, the job he's done to come in and basically in the middle, switch positions and play as effectively as he's done?
You know, it speaks to his character. It's not easy to have to change your position in college, especially when you came in as a running back. And for him, I think he worked the general football skills, and so he's an excellent football player who was able to learn linebacker just as easy as he learned running back. To me, honestly, he picked it up so well, and so I mean, I'm proud of him. He came into our unit and just made it better, and so. Yep.
But the thing about running back, it's mostly instinctive. I mean, yeah, you have a hole to go through, but you react and you just go. Linebacker, you have to diagnose plays. You have to, I think, a different mindset. Am I right?
Well, I mean, the reason I always like defense and linebacker specifically was because I have to react to the offense. I mean, it's all about tendencies, but for me, I don't really know what the offense was going to do. So I have to use my instincts and my skills to be able to diagnose what the offense is doing. And so I think he's using what he knows from offense to help him on defense, and it's working a lot. He's making a lot of plays.
Is Marvel progress is made?
Yeah, he makes some of the craziest plays on the field, and it's like how does he know? And I think he's just he uses all he knows in football, and it helps him play faster.
And I'm sure you've been asked this already, so I apologize. But, I mean, did the defense feel different with him on the field in that second half, getting him back, or what was kind of the atmosphere in your unit when he was back in that second half?
I mean, we love to have all of our guys. Definitely. I mean, for us, it's always the next man up, and so we trust everybody who's on the field, and I can't stress that enough. That like we work so hard in practice every day till that everybody is ready who goes onto that field, and we have that ultimate trust in our guys. So for him coming back, it's just an add-on, and just keep the train moving and keep it going.
Your coaches have described him as a see ball, get ball guy. How would you describe your game? Are you see ball, get ball, or how would you describe your game out there, Cody?
I mean, I consider myself just like a more of a mental and see ball, get ball, but it's all every linebacker see ball, get ball. Really, I try to play as aggressive as I can, but also be as smart as I can, and whether that be read the quarterback's eyes or do whatever it takes, and I think that's what I do, and I try to do that to the best of my ability.
That's a tough balance, right? Being aggressive but not being over aggressive.
100%.
Speak more about that if you could.
You know, the game has changed a lot. It used to be a heavy linebacker, used to be a heavy and run stopper, and so it's become a more dynamic game. And to be able to play run to pass and pass to run, it's hard, but we have to be able to adjust to it now. The athletes are on the field. Like every team we play has crazy athletes, and so for us to be able to play both run and pass is important.
Do you guys see over the past few weeks any similarities in how, say, Penn State attacked you guys in the passing game, Nebraska attacked you guys in the passing game? Is it more like focused on the middle of the field, would you say? And how are you guys kind of trying to plan against that, I guess, for the final three games?
Well, I say every coverage that a defense plays has issues. There's no coverage that doesn't have a set amount of issues. So for us, it's just knowing our issues and being able to prevent them as much as possible. We don't know what Purdue's game plan is going to be, but we can know our issues and know how to defend them.
Cody, what would Mitchell Melton have brought to this linebacker room had he been able to play this year? What did you guys lose when he got hurt?
You know, he's my roommate, so I'm always close with him, and you know he's a very, very athletic and smooth linebacker. You know, he probably I don't know what exactly he would have done, but I know 100% he would have added a great part to our base defense and definitely our rush defense. So, I mean, it's sad that he's not be able to out here to be with us, but you know, I think when he does come back, it'll be a great addition.
As his roommate, how have you seen him handle things, mentally, just the challenge of fighting back through you?
You know, it's probably one of the hardest things to do is watch everyone else go by when you're injured, and I can't imagine everything that he goes through. But from what I can tell, he comes in every day and he's working in the training room, getting healthy, and he's on his road back to getting out on the field. I know he's dying to get back on the field, and so I'm there whenever he needs me or any other guys, and you know, I just hope he gets back soon.
Cody, what is unique about Purdue's passing game?
You know, I think they're really talented. Their quarterback's good, their receivers are pretty good, and you know they do what they do pretty well. And it's for us, it's just knowing our issues, like I said earlier, and just being able to stop our issues.
One thing Purdue does a lot is trick plays. Like I feel like they find one every. Is that something they've talked to you guys about this week? And I don't know how much it comes up. Sometimes it's more special teams than what you guys have to deal with on defense. But anything the coaches have said about being aware of that, because obviously they can't tell you it's going to be this play, because a lot of times it's the first time anybody's ever done that.
You know, the thing about trick plays is really always just playing the rules and knowing what your job is and being able to do your job well and then rally to the ball and get to the ball. It's trick plays are a way of making you stop and think on the field, where really you just have to go and just do your job like the way you know to do it. And most of the time it'll be taken out, trick play.
The last 2 weeks, the defense really has come through when the offense has had its struggles. How good does that feel to know, especially at the beginning of the year when you guys had so much struggle, that you guys have come along and progressed the way you have?
You know, it's always a process, and it doesn't stop. So we're learning and as we go and getting better as we go, and that's what we focus on every week, is how in practice can we get better, and how like every day it doesn't stop, and like what can we learn to make us even better, because we play well, but there's a lot of stuff on tape that we need to fix, and every day we come in with that mindset that how can we be better, and I think that's what's helping us so far, and just keep getting better every day.